What's up, guys? Welcome to the Metal Roofing channel. I'm Thad Barnett. Today we're looking at the Sheffield Metals CoreLine textured low gloss PVDF colors again, but this time we're comparing them to existing textured SMP paints that have been on the market for a while now. Let's jump in. CoreLine has several benefits. First of all, the biggest one is that it's a PVDF system, and while SMP is a high quality paint system that will last for a long time, PVDF is the ultimate paint system on the market today, and a large portion, a majority of what Sheffield Metals deals with on a daily basis, especially when we're talking about higher end standing seam systems that are expected to last 50, 60 or more years. You want a paint system that's gonna hold up to the wear and tear and the length of that system. So sticking with that theme of longevity, CoreLine is available on 24 gauge steel systems, which means depending on the profile, it's eligible for Sheffield Metals engineering and has the benefits of that thicker metal to be more durable in the long run. And because of that 24 gauge option, we can see this being used on commercial buildings in addition to residential structures. Another pro of CoreLine is the trendy low gloss look helps to reduce the appearance of oil canning on your roof. Lastly, because CoreLine is an exclusive Sheffield Metals set of colors, they also released what they call TLG Moonstone, which is the color behind me that is exclusive to that textured low gloss line. That also leads me into the cons of CoreLine, which is the available color options. Because it is exclusive, that means that there's only a few colors that are available in this textured low gloss version of PVDF, whereas with textured SMP, you're gonna have a much wider range of colors and a much wider range of manufacturers that can offer it aside from Sheffield Metals. The other thing is cost. When we're looking at a textured low gloss PVDF like CoreLine, it's gonna be more expensive than textured SMP paints. First of all, let's talk about what I mean when I say textured SMP paints. These systems have been around for a while. We've mostly seen them on 29 gauge, 28 gauge, and 26 gauge steel systems. They help give the installers a grippier surface during installation, and they also have that visible texture that you can see for years to come. Let's look at the pros of textured SMP, and the first one is that availability that I mentioned. It is available through all kinds of different manufacturers and suppliers in a wide variety of colors that the CoreLine product from Sheffield Metals is not. The next pro is affordability. We all know that SMP is generally more affordable than PVDF as is, but when we're talking about CoreLine, which is a textured low gloss premium paint finish, that's gonna be even a little bit more expensive. What about the cons of textured SMP? Even though SMP is a high quality paint system, it just doesn't have the longevity that a PVDF would when it comes to chalking and fading. Textured SMP also has a higher gloss value than CoreLine from Sheffield Metals, and while that may be an aesthetic preference in general, it can also show oil canning more in your projects more frequently than a low gloss product would. And speaking of chalking and fading, make sure you check out the warranty documentation for SMP versus PVDF. Just because their term limits of their warranties may be similar, the amount that they're allowed to chalk and fade before you can make a warranty claim does vary. Lastly, textured SMP is usually painted on 26 gauge or lighter systems, which means that you won't get the engineering availability or the strength and durability of a 24 gauge roof. Is your project commercial, residential? What budget did you have in mind? Do you mind a high gloss versus low gloss look? Those are all considerations that you're gonna have to weigh for your project. If you have questions and would like to see samples hand in hand, textured SMP versus CoreLine, check out SheffieldMetals.com and you could submit a request right there. Comment down below if you have any questions, and we have more content about textured SMP and other textured paint products like Sheffield Metals CoreLine coming up very soon. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. As always, I'm Thad Barnett. We'll catch you next time.